Good morning, this is Keith All. In today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to use the step and repeat and transform again shortcuts. Now, let's say you wanted to create a creative shape, or you want to do something with your text or something like that, and you didn't want to necessarily use the actions tool up here, which is basically you're going to you're going to record specific actions or specific steps, and then once you're all done, you're going to name it and create a folder for that. And what you're going to do then is you're going to take that action, highlight it, and then click the play button, and it automatically does those steps for you in a simple process. But let's say you want to do it a different way. So let's say I'm going to use the rectangular marquee tool. I'm going to first create a new layer, and then again select the rectangular marquee tool. I'm going to draw a selection, and then I'm going to fill that selection with a solid color. I'm going to use black. And now I want to duplicate that layer. So I'm going to press Control J on a PC. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the transform function, which is Control T on a PC. Now watch what happens when I rotate this. So you're going to go up to the upper right hand corner and it turns into a double curved arrow. If I click and drag it down, it's going to move that selection from the middle because this anchor point is in the middle. Let's say you want to transform it or move it in a different way. So I'm going to take that anchor point, I'm going to drag it down to one of these other toggle points here. I'm just going to choose the bottom middle, and now watch what happens when I see it moves it from the bottom instead of the middle. So another tip is, let's say you want to move it in 15-point increments or pixels. So in order to do that, all you have to do is hold down the shift key as you click and drag, and watch what happens. See, it moves it like in a big jump. So that's just one way that you could do that. So let's go back here. Let's bring it back here. Now I'm just going to move it down like that. Now let's say you wanted to repeat that entire process. So I'm going to press enter to accept that, apply those changes. I'm going to use the shortcut key, which is Shift, Control, Alt, and then you press the letter T for transform on a PC. So I'm going to hold down the Shift, Control, Alt, and then T. Watch what happens. Just duplicates that transformation that you made. So you can make this into a custom shape or whatever right here. So so that's one way that you could do it. Let's do it. Show you a different way. Let's delete all these layers here. I'm going to hold down the Shift and Control and click, and then hit the delete button. Deletes that. Let's create a new layer. And now let's do the same thing, but let's create something a little bit different. So I'm going to use the rectangular marquee tool again. Do that, and let's fill this with a solid color. I'm just going to choose black. Now I want to put a stroke around this selection. So I'm going to double click on that layer, select stroke, and I'm just going to use the default or what it was the last time I used this area. Click OK. Now I want to duplicate that layer. I'm going to press Control J. Now I'm going to use the Control T again, transform. And now I want to, let's move the anchor point up here. Let's drag it from the bottom. Let's see. I'm using the click and drag motion here. But now let's resize it down just a bit. So I'm going to hold down the Shift and Alt and click and drag. Just like that. Now I'm going to do, so what's going to happen is it's going to repeat this process. It's going to move this over in a clockwise fashion, but it's going to continually resize this a new layer down. So it gets smaller and smaller. So watch what happens. I'm Shift, Control, Alt, and T. See? It gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So that's just another way that you could do create creative shapes or lettering. If you want to use with your text, you could do the same thing. So hopefully this gives you another tool to work with, to be creative with Photoshop editing skills. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and click on the bell notification so you can always get updated when I upload a new video. And please like, share, and comment. Thanks again for stopping by and supporting my channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.